we all thought 2025 was going to be the year of recovery in the real estate market. Well, at least I did. And this is exactly what I would tell all my clients and friends and family whenever they would ask me, what do you think is going to happen next year in the market? Next year being 2025. And based on everything I was reading online, based on all the market reports, the predictions, 2025 was actually going to be the year where things started to pick up. Have they really picked up? Well, now that we're a quarter way into 2025, let's see actually what the numbers are like compared to this time last year. I'm Atta Jaffrey. I've been selling real estate in the GTA, in Toronto, in Mississauga for 20 years. And my goal with this channel is just to make the buying and selling process simple. So I hope this helps you guys kind of understand where we are in the market, and we're going to dive right into it. Okay, so now that we have the market stats up, I'm just going to go through it one by one and give you my input and my insights. And hopefully, if you have been thinking about buying or selling in 2025, this will steer you in one direction or the other. So let's start with total residential transactions. So year over year, we are looking at a decline of 23.1%. That is pretty significant. A quarter, almost 25% lower than this time last year. And keep in mind, last year was not really such a great real estate market either, right? You got to remember that. So things are progressively getting a little worse, so to say. It depends who you are. If you're a buyer, these numbers are great for you. But if you are looking to sell, or if you're a realtor or in the business of making money off of real estate, it's not really in your favor, right? So in March of 2024, there was 6,519 total transactions. And this year, there's been 5,011. So that is a decline of 23.1%. Okay, on to the next one. Seasonally adjusted. So compared to the previous month, if you're just looking from 1 month to the next, it is still down. So month over month, it's getting a little lower number of transactions, 4326 in February 2025 and 4221 in March 2025. So April, May, June, July, is it going to get better? I don't know, but month over month, it is getting less and less. All right, let's go to the next one. And remember, these are for TREB, Toronto Real Estate Board, all of the residential numbers under the Toronto Real Estate Board. So now we're going to go into the average selling price. Minus 2.5%. So many predictions for 2025 was that the market would be in recovery mode and it would be going up 3 to 5%. Now there's still a significant chunk of 2025 left. There's 3 quarters left. Things could change. The weather's getting better. The tariff wars might become a norm, and people at the end of the day do have to move, rent, buy, sell. So things aren't going to go to zero. But for now, this time last year, the prices were 1.120 and now they are 1.093. So it is down 2.5%. It's not that drastic, still on the lower end. Now let's look at the seasonally adjusted, which is just month over month, and it's down 0.3%. So in the next month or two, it's really going to be telling how the summer and spring market goes to determine the second half of the year. Okay, next, total new listings. So plus 28.6%, almost 30% more new listings in 2025 compared to this time last year. So what does that tell us? Things aren't selling, things are sitting on the market, and as they're sitting, more and more listings are coming onto the market, and they are just piling up. And that means that the months of inventory is growing. So when the months of inventory gets higher and higher and higher, it becomes a stronger and stronger and stronger buyer's market. So buyers, you could be taking advantage of these things. You could wait a little longer for prices to come down a little bit more, but it is definitely, we're in the thick of things of being a buyer's market, right? So let's look at the numbers. We got 13,425 new listings this time last year, and this time this year, March 2025, first quarter, 17,263. That is a big number. That's not a small number we're playing with, okay? So percentage of sales to new listings. So how many listings are coming onto the market and how many are being sold compared to the number of new listings? Minus 40%. So again, more new listings are coming up and less listings are actually being sold. So it's not gearing up to be a seller's market anytime soon. It is definitely in the favor of the buyer right now. But let's keep on looking a little bit more. So days on the market. That seems to be going down, minus 13.8%. Now, this is not the most accurate number because many times listings are terminated, they're canceled, or they expire, and then the same listing comes in at a new price point where the seller is pretty sure it's going to sell, and then eventually it starts selling. What I take from this, if the number of days on the market is going down from 29 to 25, is that sellers are slowly becoming more realistic with the prices that they're asking. Maybe not the first time around, maybe not the second time around, but eventually they're getting closer and closer to listing that home the first time at the right price, which would indicate the days on the market is going to come down because the price is more realistic with what it's worth in today's market value. All right. So now what I want to look at is the home price index. This is the easiest way for you to kind of compare apples to apples when it comes to roughly just kind of determining where prices are in today's market. So if you look here, we're in March 2025, the average price being $1,068,000. Okay. And if you bring this line all the way across to here, we are roughly right where the prices were in 2021. That is where we are back. So we have gone back 5 years worth of appreciation and declines and whatever the market was since 2020. It went up, came down. We are back to the 2020 prices. And here you can see it's kind of leveled off over the last couple of years. When is the next time it spikes? Nobody really knows. But as of right now, it's kind of like in a stagnation period if you're looking at the home price index. So these are like the most general stats of the market. To summarize things, it is still a seller's market. It's going to probably continue to be a seller's market. Months of inventory is growing based on the number of listings coming up and the lower number of sales. So it is definitely in favor of the buyer. If you are thinking about buying, maybe there's a good opportunity there. This does come with a disclaimer that I tell everybody. If you're thinking that you're buying at the bottom of the market, there is really no way to tell. Now, if you're looking for steals to be had, considering what's on the market today and today's market values, they are definitely there. Sellers are at their wits' end. They want to sell their listings. Is the next listing going to sell higher or lower than what you've paid for it? For so many years, we've been used to buying a property and then the next one sells a little bit higher and the next one sells a little bit higher than that. Unfortunately, those days are done. So in this case, what I tell people to put some perspective when they're buying is that whatever you're buying today, you can expect the next unit that is exactly like this unit to actually sell for a lower price. And maybe the next 2 or 3 will sell for a lower price until it's time for recovery and then it all goes up together. So if you're looking for the long run, 5-7 years, you should be okay. But if you're looking for a quick fix, a quick flip to make money really quick in real estate, it is not the market for that. I just have to be straightforward with you. It is not the market for that. These are just the higher level numbers, averaging things out. I'm not going too specific into the condo market and the detached market and the townhouse market. We can do that in another video. But I just wanted to give you a rough idea of kind of what is happening in the GTA market based on the TREB stats. So if you have any questions or if you want to learn more about buying or selling, drop a comment below. There is you could fill out my form that's down below, or you could reach me directly at 647-208-9724. I have been selling real estate in Toronto, in Mississauga, and the GTA for 20 years. So I'm pretty confident I can help you. So hope you guys enjoyed and let me know what else you guys want to learn about.